Peace and blessings, guys and goddesses. This is your boy Free Shabazz. I am back once again. This video is about hip hop dead music. Um, I want to talk about this. This is something that's been on my mind. I'm always thinking of different things to talk about and converse about. Um, Hip hop is deaf music. It is made. I love. And let me get this straight. First of all, I love real hip hop music. It doesn't have to always be super conscious. It doesn't have to necessarily be a message, but just the lyricism, the art, the poetry. I'm a poet. I'm a poet myself. Just the double entendres, the rewordings. Some of my favorite artists. Tupac. That's my favorite artist, hands down. I grew up loving Tupac. I was basically a baby when he passed away, but his music transcended through time and transcended through me. Some of my favorite artists aren't conscious rappers per se, but I will say, growing up, one of my favorite rappers, and they before pre-dynastic, they like the archetype of rappers, Last Poets. My mom and dad played Last Poets for me from the time I was a baby to the time I was, all I play it all the time. Favorite poem is "Niggas is scared of revolution," and that's real shit to this day. Niggas are scared of revolution. I love that poem, and in general, just the whole thing. I did a poem myself in remembrance of that music, and it's still prevalent to this day. And I want to touch on something about that. I remember my father played a video for me when I was younger, and it was like LL Cool J, and it was one of the brothers from the Last Poets, and they were speaking on the music, and a lot of the things he was saying. It's not necessarily the wording that gets us; it's the rhythm. We are people. We are vibrated people. We walk to a rhythm. We walk to a beat. Everything that has a beat, it intrinsic. It catches us. And the devil has used our God-given talents. The devil has used our vibration, our way of life, our walks of life to control us through this music, and so this music has become damned. Remember some of my favorite artists. I remember I used to listen to Dipset when I was a kid, and I never was involved with any gang affiliated type things. I had friends who was involved, but I used to listen to the music, and I still listen to this day, and it's like something I grew up with. And I realized this programming, the music has programmed in us. Dysfunction has been programmed in us, and it's in our music. And our music is destroying us because it's a message, it's a jingle. The best way you can get to somebody when you're teaching, I know from being a teacher, is through song or music form. Think about, or repetition, constant repetition, and so we are living our lives through this music because the music is playing out for us. The destruction, at one point when we were talking about our destruction and a way to move past it and a way to put light on it, now we're coming hand in hand with the destruction. It's almost cool to destroy yourself, and it's gone beyond gangster rap. The music nowadays has. I done heard people talk about Lamborghinis and trapping in the hood to don't trust her, to don't trust this. The music is become psychotic. It's psychotic, and in the same breath, you can say all this destructive nature, low vibration things, and then go thank God and say, I thank God, but they ain't really thanking God. They thanking the devil. They thanking they masters. Like, thank you, God, for giving me this money so I can sell my people out. And, like I said, being an artist is hard, but it's just scary, just the level of destruction that's in our music, and how it is controlling the youth, and more so not even necessarily being an adult, but just the youth. How our kids are thinking. Being in the classroom, the kids, they don't even want to listen to destruction. They like, hey man, I can go be Young Thug, I can go be whoever else, I can go rap on some songs and talk about selling drugs and destroy my people. I can say a whole bunch of nothing and get by, and all I gotta do is have a catchy beat, a catchy jingle, and it really will control your whole entire mindset. This is not no spooky shit. It's not spooky. And people like to make it seem spooky. It's Illuminati. No, it's not even all that deep. It's not all that deep. It's simple, but it's a simple formula that's processed over and over and over and over again. I remember there's a song in college. I remember we used to go to the college parties. I know anybody go to HBCU or even a black college party in general. It's a song. My teacher, my professor, Dr. Poe, mentor. Love that black man. Love him and his wife. Him and his black family. He's a great mentor. And he was saying, I used to go to some of y'all parties. I see how y'all be. And there's a song that used to always play. It's called Bubble Butt. Bubble, bubble, bubble butt. Bubble butt. That is the whole entire song. But you keep playing that over and over again. Nice beat over and over and over again. It's a hit song. It's a hit song. And so it's the repetition along, and the message comes second. Whereas it used to be the message and then simultaneous with the beat. And nowadays I feel like we need more constructive music because the kids are not listening in the classroom. They are getting all their messages from what they see in TV. Everything is fast, instant gratitude, instant gratification. That song, 5-minute message, it says everything in the 5 minutes that it needs to say, that the devil wants to be said in the music. We have low vibration artists, female artists, what happened, we don't have Lauryn Hills, we don't have, and we don't even herald the black, the Rhapsodies, the artists, the female artists who can really rap. All she's a sex symbol, and they disguise that sex symbol with power. They tell you, yo, take off your clothes. We're not telling you to take off your clothes. Take off your clothes because you want to, and that makes you powerful. And so the music is low vibration, destructive. And we gotta be prepared because the devil doesn't work. The devil doesn't work in war tactics always with guns and arms. They work it through vibration, through sounds, through famine, through other means that doesn't require a physical onslaught or attack. They find other ways to destroy and disseminate our people through petty arguments, through petty disagreements, through the music, because music, instant gratification. You hear that beat comes on. I remember when I first heard Fetty Wap from in Jersey. I heard that Fetty Wap, I just want to hit it from behind though. I remember I first heard that song first. I'm like, this song is so stupid. Me and all my friends was like, yo, what is this? And then you kept hearing that song on the radio over and over again. And then eventually, you start bobbing your head. It's not even my song. I hate this song, but I'm saying it so much. So they're using that repetition, and it's very detrimental for the youth because they know that the youth are the next generation coming up and following. All my friends who was listening to Dipset and listening to Cameron and all the Pablo, all the Pablo Escobar-esque stories, they want to live that stuff out now. They want to live out the Lil Wayne verses, and it's destroying us and it's destructive. So either we need to find a way to get to these artists and do something because it's destroying. And another thing is these artists have no integrity to their music. They say, hey, well, we need to, you need to raise your family. Well, you got to look at our communities. Prison industrial complex. Who is raising the children? Children raising children. The music is raising the children. So we got to have more integrity for what comes out of our mouth and what we disseminate to our people. Because you making music and you getting paid by these white folks, from these other kids, Little Billy and Little Sammy. They listen to your song, but they got a trust fund, so they know that they life is straight. Jabari and Lil Kim, no pun intended, Lil Kim, they listen to your music and they say, oh, this is my way out. Either I'm going to shake my ass or I'm going to sell some drugs. And if I'm not doing music, I'm being an artist. And so, being a teacher, talking to some of my kids, I would tell the kids, yo, man, you got to find a better way out. You got to want to be a boss. Well, why want to be a boss when I could be, like I mentioned before, when I could be this person to get out? I don't really got to say too much. I could become a millionaire. And even that dream is falsely so, as we seen Bobby Shmurda, Because you make a song and you can't live that stuff in your music, and they don't understand that comparison. They don't understand, you can't make music and then wanna live that life and then continue to do those things because it will catch up to you. XX, young boy XX Tentacion. It's sad that he went, but look at the way he went out. What was he doing prior to what happened? He wanted to live crazy and live reckless and have no rules, and these kids growing up with thinking that you don't have to respect anybody. You don't have to have respect. You could do whatever you want because the music says it's okay. And we gotta watch the messages that's in our music. It gets deep, and we have to really, really control that. And we have to, some of us gotta check our artists. I don't listen. Like I said, I tried not to. When I used to love Kanye West. When I heard Kanye West say what he said about black people, and I know I did a video on this, I don't listen to him. no more. I don't listen to this no old stuff. I've always been like that. I don't care. You could be, you can make my, you could do whatever. If you disrespect the people and you are detriment and destructive, I will remove you from my ears. You know, and we have to really start as our parents, we have to really start monitoring what our kids listen to. You know what I'm saying? Check these, you know, like, hey, yo, you can't listen to that. Your mind is not ready for that. You too immature to listen to the song and just take it as a song. You really want to go out here and do it. You know, have kids in my class, they listen to the songs, they listen to the songs, they listen to different stuff. Like, hey man, yo, let's go do a bean, let's go rob somebody. Because you hear it in the music, and that's why the music, our artist has to have a bigger thing other than money that drives them. They have to look at saying, yo, I talk about my community and my community's bad. How am I making the plight of my community better? And how am I making my own image better? You know, I'm talking about all this destructive nature. Nobody respects you truly as a businessman. You look at the difference between Jay-Z, what Jay-Z was in '96, reasonable doubt when Jay-Z is now. You can't carry that same. Look at 50 Cent. You can't carry. You got to move like a gangster the smart way. But you're nobody. You're not scaring the major players in society when you out here shooting, running with your pants down. You shooting up your neighborhoods. That's what they want. You're not scaring them on Wall Street. You buying Balenciagas. You buy, like I said, I remember I wrote a verse. I'm like, you know, you fiending over Louis like they your shoes. You know, you fiending over Louis like they your shoes. You fiending over this stuff like you over here manufacturing and creating it. You're not. You're just selling an image, and that image is destructive to our people. So you really have to check these artists and check them like, yo, man, you can rap and all that stuff, but that's selling drugs is what's destroying our neighborhood. Doing all these exotic drugs is what's messing our people up. You know, whoring yourself for music as a prostitute, our sisters, you are destroying our neighborhood. You are destroying our credibility. You are destroying our women, and they need to be checked on that. That's for real. And so this is something I want to talk about real quick. I probably might do a part 2 of this eventually, but you know, I'm gonna end it on that. Peace and blessings, y'all. Peace.